how did Poppy and Kissy Missy meet up with each other? After activating the power inside Home Sweet Home, Kissy Missy tries to kill the player until she is stopped by Poppy, who lets her know that we didn't do anything wrong and that we're here to help them. During the time of us being around them, however, it's clear that the characters share somewhat of a close bond with each other, as you can see Kissy Missy being as gentle as possible with Poppy. Even at the end of the chapter, when Kissy Missy is attacked, which I'm gonna make a theory on soon, you can hear the fear and distress in Poppy's voice, showing that she was truly concerned for Kissy's safety.
We need to be cautious. There's something... What's she doing? No! We're coming! Just hold on! Come on, go faster! Kissy!
But how did the two manage to meet up, or even find each other in the first place? We know that in the end of chapter 2, the train that was supposed to be our way to escape changed directions due to Poppy, claiming that we are too perfect to lose, and we ended up crashing deeper into Playtime Co. And Poppy was also on the train with us, and we figure out that in chapter 3 she's perfectly fine. She wasn't found by Catnap like us, and when we do finally meet up with her, she hasn't really suffered any damage from the crash. But if you remember this one scene from chapter 2, we first meet Kissy Missy while we're trying to go through a gate and finish one of the puzzles, as suddenly a door opens and Kissy Missy comes out and comes towards the gate. She looks at us and cocks her head to the side a little bit, trying to understand what our objective is, and once she realizes that the lever is what we need to continue, she pulls it down for us, gives us one last look, and walks away. But here's the thing, Kissy Missy wasn't on the train with us, and she was nowhere to be found. So how did she end up being down in Playcare with us? Well, I've seen him 12 to 13 years old. That is pretty much impossible. There is no way that Ollie made it this far by himself and managed to learn almost everything there is to know about Playcare during that whole time frame. All of the experiments have been starving at this time, and it's very likely that Ollie has been too. So for us to figure out how Ollie has so much knowledge about Playcare, we might have to ditch the fact that Ollie is even a child, and maybe, just maybe, we might have to ditch the fact that Ollie is even human. And this leads me to my second question that you might have also had throughout the time of interacting with Ollie. Why does he talk in such a weird way? If you listen to almost every piece of dialogue Ollie has, there's always this unnatural up pitch in his voice, almost like someone trying to mimic a child the best they can, and honestly, they're not doing a good job at it. And overall, he just has some weird choices of dialogue. Like, listen to this.
It seems like Poppy explained everything now, and she turned on the dome's backup power. You should be able to find a big power cord somewhere around the porch. Grab it and plug it in underneath the statue. Hey, did you see the shrine? If you thought that was terrifying, just wait until you see the real thing.
Wait a minute, back it up. Just wait until you see the real thing? Has Ollie seen what the prototype looks like? He wouldn't have said that if he had no idea what his appearance was. So how has he even seen him? We'll get to that in just a second. But Ollie is just way too enthusiastic considering the environment that we're in. And even when Poppy's talking to us, there's always this sense of cautiousness sprinkled into it. But that's barely there for Ollie. But enough about how he talks. Let's talk about when he talks. It becomes a common staple that Ollie's main dialogue starts when you're in the center of Playcare, and that doesn't really change. But in the beginning of chapter 3, Ollie is talking with us shortly after the train crash, as well as when he's guiding us on what to do in the gas production zone. Later on in Home Sweet Home, Ollie's heard over the phone telling us to run, and then we see Catnap quickly hiding in the shadows behind us. But I'm led to believe that this was part of the hallucination that we experienced after inhaling the red smoke. The main driving force behind me thinking this is that we never actually do run, and after this moment, we never actually encounter Catnap face to face, and we only encounter a nightmarish hallucination of Huggy Wuggy. And even after that, we wake up still inside of Home Sweet Home. And if Catnap was actually inside of Home Sweet Home, he would have killed us while we were passed out. So that makes Ollie's warning very likely to have been fake. So I'm not gonna count this one as Ollie talking talking to us outside of the Center of Play Care. But he does talk to us again right after we enter into the school. But before we venture off deeper into it, he lets us know that we won't be able to communicate with us on this side of the dome, and to be careful for Mr. Light before the audio abruptly cuts out.
There's someone else in there too. Not your...
And after dealing with Mr. Light, we end up wandering into the playhouse, which we can guess is still on the side of the dome that Ollie can't connect to, as right when we escape from the mini smiling critters and the bigger version of Dog Day, Ollie immediately starts to ask if we're okay.
Hey, are you alright? No ouchies or lost body parts?
No ouchies or lost body parts. Yeah, nah, this gotta be an imposter. Plus, it really just sounds like Ollie is trying his absolute best to sound glad that we're okay, almost as if he secretly wanted us to be killed in there. Here's where things get a little suspicious, as when we enter the counselor's office, we stop hearing from Ollie, even though Catnap was in here and attacked us, and he didn't even warn us about Catnap being here. Yeah, he was talking about how Catnap lives for the hunt and the fact that he lurks in every shadow, but I think it's weird that upon entering the offices, we don't hear from him at all anymore. It's only until right after we leave the offices that we get a call from Ollie, and he doesn't even question what happened to us and immediately lets us know that something has gone wrong and we have to plug the cord from the counselor's office into the sockets underneath the statue.
Something's gone wrong. Grab the cord from the counselor's office and plug it in underneath the statue. We need to reach 100%.
Now, it's very likely that he didn't know we were attacked by Catnap, but it's extremely suspicious that Ollie stopped mentioning Catnap right after he started to pop up more. And I want you to remember what Ollie says after we plug in the cord, because this is very important for what happens next.
Now take that huge battery to the gas production zone so we can get out of here.
After this, Ollie tells us to take the large battery to the gas production zone so, and I quote, we can get out of here, which again is extremely important. But as we approach the battery socket, Catnap enters the room from a small door on the right, almost as if he were expecting us, and then we begin to run from him via an elevator. And after arriving in the safe room, we have to fend off Catnap for 5 minutes while he tries to get in. And after finally defeating him with the green hand from the grab pack being overcharged, the prototype comes down through the hatch in the ceiling and Catnap begins to pray to him, not dying from our attack. But suddenly, the prototype plunges his hand into Catnap, killing him instantly and brings him up into the hatch with it. But after all of this, from finally diverting the red smoke to meeting up with Poppy and ending the chapter off with the nastiest cliffhanger of 2024, we don't even hear from Ollie once. And I'm led to believe that this was intentional. But here's what's the most confusing about all of this. After leaving Home Sweet Home, we're attacked by Kissy Missy, and Poppy lets her know that we didn't do anything wrong and that we're here to help. But she also says this:
I'm glad that Ollie could help you get this far. He's the reason we found